We're going to win the world championship.
Edwards. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby.
Welcome to Wolves After Dark, everyone. Whoa, my camera's way up there. Timberwolves lose. I guess you could say a heartbreaker. If you're new here, like the stream. I see some of you already have. I appreciate it. I need it for my mental health tonight. Timberwolves lose 116 to 115 in a game that really should not have been close. This should not have been close. The Lakers should have won this game, and they did win this game. But man, that does hurt to come back like that, because that was kind of like a feel-good moment. We don't get that now. So, yeah, exactly, Crown. I wouldn't call it a heartbreaker considering how we played. I wasn't even like that excited at the end, because it's like, we don't deserve this. But yeah, man, what a crazy game. What a sad game for the Timberwolves. We played pretty bad. Sorry, I adjusted my camera too much, and now it's crazy. Now you guys got to see me up close. There we go. Yeah, man. Well, there's a lot of talk about Finch right now. Oh no. Did my computer crash? That would be bad. I hope you guys can still hear me or see me, because I can't hear anything. Oh no, you guys apparently can see me. That's okay. I'll take it. I'm going to pull up chat on my phone here. I see Crone gave 5 gifted. I appreciate that. Wow, this is weird. I can't see anything. You guys can see everything. Yeah, what a disgusting game. Sorry, I'm reading chat here. This will be interesting. Oh, now it did stop. What is going on? Uh-oh. Oh, there. Okay, we're back. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. Bro, I just saw all your pores. Yeah, I know. This camera's maybe too much. Anyways, Crone, 5 gifted. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. GG Lakers. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm okay with the Lakers winning these games, regular season games. I care about playoff games. And that was the thing that I was going to say. FTP on Twitter. All I got to say is laughing emoji. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Finch, because that was the whole talking point of everything Twitter today was firing Finch. And then the other thing is just the Timberwolves play in general, which they're kind of tied together. But the thing for me is, I think that the Timberwolves just don't care about they just don't care about regular season games, and they don't care about games where stars aren't in them. Whether it's their own stars or other stars, they just don't care. And that really sucks. It's great for the playoffs, which is why we've gone to the Western Conference Finals 2 times. But that also brings me to the next point, is that Finch clearly can't get us ready. Also, I have to shout out K Brewers in the Discord. I took a screenshot. I'm not going to be able to show you, I guess, but what they said, because the Finch thing here. Let's just jump to the Finch thing. I don't think I'm necessarily in line with everybody saying fire Finch. I'm not there yet. But I think the most damning thing that you can say about it, which, first off, before I get to it, Stephen Palmer, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate it. W Stephen, W Crone. Seriously, you guys, I appreciate it. On a loss, we're getting 10 gifted. What the heck? That's crazy. Oh yeah, we have a new feature too. I can do this and like whatever. Oh, I don't want that. There we go. We'll do this. Anyways, regathering my thoughts on Finch. Tyler, sorry, you guys are distracting me. Imagine getting a Nas Reed tattoo. This is what you get in return. Hey, we still love Nas Reed around these parts, and we're gonna give him a pass for the beginning of the season here, but there may be a conversation later. Yeah, no fire Finch, typical casual Wolves fan tripping over bad loss. So Zane, I think it's two things. And okay, let me try to finally get to my point about Finch. I'm sorry. I'm going to not look at you guys for a second. You guys are on the screen. You can look at yourselves. Um, I don't think we need to fire Finch. He's brought a terrible franchise to the conference finals 2 years in a row. I can't, and we're 5 games into the season. I understand tonight looked really bad, but we got to remember we don't have ants. Then tonight I have a little bit more like empathy for the people that are saying fire Finch because this is like we don't have Ant, but they don't have Luca or LeBron. This should be a close game. Of course, it ended up being a close game, but it really wasn't, as we all saw. Um, but the thing that has me the most concerned, and this is what I was going to say about K Brewer's comment in the Discord, about 5 years in, and I still don't see a redeeming offensive quality in Finch's offense and most decision making. So that was the whole thing when Finch came here, is that he was a genius. He was an offensive genius, and we were gonna play with flow. We have all these memes. Like JJ Creates made us the Finch from Progressive Flow meme or whatever. Thank you, Sam, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. That helps. Just like the 5 gifted, I appreciate it. But I don't know. It's just I'm not there on firing him, but I am there on like, hey, what's going on? Because like, where's that offensive genius? I know we've had good offensive ratings, but we've had good offensive players too. And also this flow that has been discussed forever has never happened. And this is a year of continuity. There should be some more flow. We have so many. I mean, think of all the random ugly situations we had in the late third and early fourth quarter. Like, I know that we don't have a point guard, and I know that Anthony Edwards is out, but the Lakers are in a similarly terrible situation, and they're capable of running plays and shooting confident and playing confident. And that's really the reason they won. I don't. I have to rewatch the game. I have no clue how they let it get so close. I mean, I was watching, but like, it just doesn't. It didn't feel like they were missing. I know we played some better defense there for a little bit, so that's probably the reason. But man, if that's all it takes to be close in a game, then what are we doing? We just got to play like 1% better in a game, and then we win. So, and yes, to some people earlier, I can't remember who said it. Um, I can't find it either. But that defense at the end, Dante's was fine, but Rudy, this is the same thing with like the Luca situation. Why is he so aggressively closing out on the 3-point line? I get it. We don't want a 3, but at the same time, like, I don't want Austin Reeves being able to drive past you and having just only go up against Dante. I don't think I'm ever going to understand that. It's just like when he did the thing to Luca, it's like, Luca, like, just stay in front. Just stay in front, make them make a bad shot. You're defensive player of the year. You should know this. It's just, I don't understand it. It's going to drive me crazy, but that's Finch. And the thing that I will also give credit to the people that are more fire Finch, you know, it's like the players. There's how many times have we talked about the players not being ready? I do think that this is just a general NBA thing. Not that the players aren't ready, but just that like it comes across as they're not ready when really so much is dictated by flow of the game. But I mean, how many times can the excuse be we didn't come out ready? Like a coach should have you come out ready. I think, but I guess, I haven't played in the NBA, so I don't know exactly what motivates people, what doesn't. But I would imagine it's that. I would imagine that has a part in it. So it's just frustrating. But yeah, those are my thoughts immediately after the game. We did not deserve to be that close in the game. I was happy to be that close in the game, but like we need more than that. We need more effort from that in like the first 3.5 quarters because it really all came at the end. I still have no idea what to do with these lineups right now. The thing that to me is the lacking the most is we just absolutely need a point guard. Because again, look at those late minutes. What was happening out there? We had Conley confident out there and getting past. I mean, he had that nice pass to Jaden in the lane. He is commanding the offense. And that's what Austin Reeves was doing for them. He had so many assists tonight, partially because like he's a good shooter, so he has the ability to draw the defense in, and like if he can get some passes off to some wide open shooters. Shout out Jake LaRavia, I guess. But man, it's just the point guard play, man. We just need point guard. And actually, so this is the counterpoint here. Oh wait, no, this is not the comment. Jake LaRavia shot 10 of 11, scored 27 points. So I don't want to make this excuse, and I don't think that this is what you're making, Godfrey. I think you're saying that the defense was bad enough to allow him to get 10 of 11. Um, I do think there was a little bit tonight, a little bit of the effect where they're just making everything. I'm not trying to excuse that. I'm not trying to excuse because we played terrible, but you can't have a team that's just making everything because you can beat a team that's making everything. You just have to change the way you're defending, just make changes, coaching. But yeah, it's just I do think there was a little bit of like, hey, this guy's just on fire. But he was open most of the time. So, but where was this? Love Fadina, I'm trying to find your comment. You said something that I saw on the screen and now I can't find here. But you said, yes, it is the players. It's the players. And plus, we don't have our best on ball defenders in Anthony Clark. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's very valid. And I think that's why I lean more. I know I'm going back and forth here trying to like appeal to everybody, but truthfully, like I do lean more towards keep Finch, not fire Finch, because the success we've had, especially in the playoffs, and you know, at the end of the day, unless we're losing crazy, crazy bad, I mean, tonight was a bad game, and this is the kind of game where if you're losing games like this frequently, then yeah, like besides the fourth quarter run, like if you were down by 15 against this team, like that's not good. So, Snooty, I am done with all Minnesota teams this season. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, Jack Lavravia, or whatever his name is, Lavravia, just went crazy. Charlie Barley's right. It's these kind of games that affect whether we're a playing team. This will be a big loss, or this will be a loss we talk about come playoff seeding for sure. For sure. Because if the Lakers are there, they're going to have the tiebreaker now, I think. So we need a point guard and a center. That's the next talking point here is point guard, which we've talked about at length every stream, and we're going to continue talking about because there are no point guards available unless we're going to be trading for somebody like, I know everybody's going to start thinking that I'm like dead set on this happening. I am not dead set on this happening. I am open to it happening. If we were to trade for James Harden, I know half of you are going to freak out. I know, but I could see it happening, and I think I'd be okay with it. I'd have to look at the contracts. Also, it depends on what the trade looks like. But speaking of which, if we did that, I think Berenger would get like if he played, which of course, who knows if that's even going to happen with Finch. That is a true criticism that I have of Finch is that the rookies never play. But James Harden would be great on this team. Hell no. See, this is what I'm saying. Nobody. And Bam. Bam would be fun. Yeah, Bam would be fun. But the other thing that I want to say before, because again, these streams, everybody's free to overreact. I don't care. You guys can overreact in the comments. I'm going to overreact on stream, but I just want to say this. We're 5 games in. We're 2-3. Anthony Edwards hasn't played 2 of them. I'm not concerned yet. We really have to get like 10 to 15 games into the season before I start to get super, super concerned. Would I have liked to start better? Yes. But did we have a tough schedule to start? Kind of. Depend with the injuries, kind of. Sorry, I'm going to have to turn this around backwards. It keeps catching into the front. This looks too crazy. I can't do that. Put it up a little bit. You guys get to see my pores. From a purely offensive standpoint, it's a true number 1 and number 2 in Ant. See, I do like that. I really do like that. But again, I'm not like sold on it. The general idea, I think it just makes sense. It's less that I'm like pushing for it and more that it's like, well, if the Clippers aren't good, why are they going to continue keeping some aging stars on their team? But I don't know. I've heard that Harden requires a certain level of establishment to be near the arena. So I don't know if Minneapolis has that. Ant and Harden would be fun. They're actually friends, apparently. I saw some clip of them talking in the offseason. So and they're both Adidas. So hey, Adidas pays the league, pays the refs. We start getting calls. I think it's an interesting move. 2K says I can trade Rudy and DDB to the Knicks for Cat. Oh, Cat mentioned, and I didn't even say it. Manimal, this is your fault this time. This is your fire Tim Connolly. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was not thinking about firing him, but I was thinking about how the grade for the Rudy trade has fluctuated throughout time. Because when we were in the conference finals 2 years in a row, I was like, yeah, like this is worth it. I don't care that we don't have Walker Kessler and Jared Vanderbilt, who played his second NBA Finals game tonight. But yeah, no, like I've gone back and forth, but now it's like looking at the future of the team, we still have options. I know people are really down on Gobert right now, rightfully so, because he has not looked right. But Fox would be fun too. What is Fox even doing? I feel like I haven't heard anything about him this year. But I heard somebody in the last stream say that Fox and Ant aren't cool or something like that. Is Fox playing? I have to pull this up. He's got to be playing. Did the Spurs play today? No. When did the Spurs play? Did they play yesterday? Where the heck? When did the Spurs play basketball? This is crazy. He's injured? Oh, okay. That's why. Thank you, guys. See, this is why you have chat. Everybody should have chat. Speaking of which, if you're in chat and you haven't liked the stream already, like the stream. We got to get these numbers up. I got to feel better somehow. The Rudy trade was good. The contract extension last year was idiotic. Well, at the time, I thought maybe he was playing like 5D chess or something because I was like, okay, he's taking less money, but it is extending the amount of time that we have him. So it's like, I don't know. I should pull up the contracts actually, because that might actually be an interesting thing to do together. We're gonna do the tier list. I mean, I'm not particularly excited about doing the tier list, but we will do it. But first, let's look at some money. Okay, and now I gotta readjust this since Ashwin showed up the other day. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay. Except now I need to move it. Okay. Boom. Okay. Thank you for dealing with me. Okay. Here's the Timberwolves money. I'm going to take chat off the screen so you guys can see it. So Gobert here. Where is he? Gobert. And so I think that is a player option, I believe. Yes. Green is player option. Blue is team option. So if we look ahead here, obviously we have Ant. So Gobert, this is this year. We pay him next year 36 and 38 the next year. But again, you don't have to, as Dane Moore has preached to all of you, it is not about the dollar amount, is it the percentage of the cap. Still a significant amount, but obviously not a super max player, which I believe, or a max player, which I think is what he was before. Really, if Dane Moore could just send me his document, that would be gratefully helpful. So if anybody knows Dane Moore, tag him. But yes, anyways, don't tag him. Maybe tag him. I don't know. Where's Cooper when you need him? You got Jaden here for a while. You got Naz Reid forever. This is what I'm more concerned about. I mean, I am concerned. Again, disclaimer. I feel like I need to put this disclaimer on the screen. I'm gonna make this. Okay, we're gonna create a banner, and it says, "We know we are overreacting. It's only 5 games." Add banner. Boom. Okay. Here we go. The disclaimer is there. We know. Okay. So the cap also, that's the next thing we have to figure out is like what the NBA cap is over the next couple of years. Let's see. NBA cap over the years. Perfect. Here we go. Pulling it up. So, or the second apron, I guess, is really what we care about. Let's see. NBA second apron. Boom. Okay. So how about Walker Kessler? Oh gosh. Minot had 11 and 14 at Minot is going crazy again. I think the thing is that Minot was fine for a while, but he just whenever we put him in games, he just didn't do it. But I guess, we were giving him minutes. No, Finch actually did give him some minutes last year, and he just never looked that great. Okay, so first for this year, sorry, I had to stall for a second. This year, the second apron is 207 million. Minot has not been going crazy. Okay. Um, so it's 207 this year. Next year, I think actually, is this updating? It's not updating, but it's 207. And I think it goes up a little bit every year. Dang it, this is annoying. But 207. So just roughly about that. So, we're basically not having a ton of wiggle room unless we make trades because over the first apron, I think there's only certain things that you can do also. So this year where he has his player option, I think is the most concerning. But again, back to Nas. Again, it's a percentage of cap, which I don't have those numbers on me right here, but it just goes so long, and we need something. And maybe he just needs to play center. Maybe that's what we have to have him do. But with Gobert, it's like, what do you do? So the Gobert problem is, I think you could move off of Nas Reed if you absolutely needed to. Again, we're overreacting. Look at the bottom here. We're overreacting. I understand. But if you were to trade Nas Reed, you're going to get something in return from him. You maybe tie him with somebody else and you can get a player back, maybe a point guard or something like that. But I think what is probably more enticing to most fans, maybe including myself, is a Rudy Gobert trade. I mean, it's so tricky because Rudy does help you on the defensive end, and the numbers do show up. I know the eye test doesn't, but the numbers do. Maybe not tonight, but over the seasons they have. Who's taking on a Rudy Gobert at this time? What team is looking for a center that doesn't have hands? Like, it's just not happening. I don't know. Did you just say Nas could play center? I mean, there were times tonight where he did look better at center. I'm against, like, his defense has been really bad to begin the season. Not that it was really that good before. I mean, he's had moments, like a couple years ago in the playoffs, he had some moments against Jokic even. But it's just right now it does not look good and he does not look ready. Again, I'm willing to give some grace there just because of the offseason that he had. But it's tough. So, oh my gosh, I can't keep up with chat. We definitely wouldn't have reached the Western Conference Finals if we were on the wrong side of the bracket. Steph Curry injured, though. Yeah, that is true. I do think that we kind of cheated our way into the Western Conference Finals last year. The year before, I think we deserved that. But play Behringer. I don't care what we do with Rudy. We don't need him fumbling the ball everywhere. Yeah, it's true. Why are we keeping Gobert in the game knowing that's the other thing, we're going back to Finch, but it's like, why are we it felt like the timing of Gobert coming back in, especially later in the game, was kind of like, no, because I think what I'm referring to earlier is there was a moment, I think in the fourth quarter, where maybe third, where Nas was playing center, and it was like, okay, we're getting a little bit of a run here. And then it was like, insert Gobert. And it's like, oh, I was kind of having fun. But I don't know. Senyi Lee. I haven't seen this name in a while, maybe ever. Infrequently at the least. The team seems to be just going through the motions, no intensity other than short bursts, and the third by Bones. Yeah, Bones honestly inspired so much of that. Yeah, and that's kind of what I said at the beginning too. It was like, I do think, and again, I'm really not trying to give the team an out because we really did play poorly tonight until the last 3 minutes of the game, which finally we played with some intensity, which is good. You want to have some momentum going into some games where you should win. But I don't know. It's tricky because, from the player's standpoint, there are games where you're going to be a little less caring, and sometimes that might be earlier in the season. Of course, you look back, but like maybe taking the mental load of not caring about some games helps you in the future. I'm really coming off as like an apologist for the Timberwolves right now, but I promise this game was like this was an unacceptable game. Okay. Um, Renzi, I think I might have highlighted this comment, but it looks like everyone agrees with you. Why are we keeping Gobert in the game knowing they were going to run a pick and roll with him involved? We literally followed to see what play they would run, and we still kept him in. Finch is something. Whoa, Renzi. Or Renz, I think it is. Sorry, I messed up your name. Yes, that is true. Man, that is so damning too. That's a problem. That's a problem. Oh man. Lakers fans, you suck. Who is there a Lakers fan here? That means that they had to be subscribed for 5 minutes. So, I might be okay with it. If there's Lakers fans talking in here, that's okay. Anyways, I gotta catch up. We got happy, naive Ant watching this depressive team. Shame on them. Yeah, man. I think Rudy is fine, just overpaid. Finch needs the young guys more. Yeah, I really want to see Berenger a little bit more. I don't know why we haven't seen him because I feel like, well, I do because he is. It's very similar to the Dillingham effect. And again, both of those guys are so young. He's like 20, Dillingham's 20. How old is Berenger? Is he 20 or is he? Wait, is he like super young? Why don't I'm so bad at finding the names on here. Am I crazy? I'm right on it. Okay. His Instagram. There we go. He's 18. He's almost 19. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's like, although we saw some things from him later in the season or later in the summer league or whatever, it's just a different speed. He's still so young. That is so young. And Dillingham's only 20. Some of these players I'm willing to give some amount of leniency for, but just because they're young. And I think this is kind of my point, is that he looks 18 because it's just he needs more time to mature. He needs more time to get stronger because he's just weak right now. But I still think there's a case to play the young guys in spurts. Somebody in the Discord also said that. Sorry, I should have screenshotted this too, but it's like, why aren't we just giving them 5-minute burst here, 4-minute burst here, 3-minute burst here, just something to give our older players who need rest. Seems like that would help, keeping Gobert fresh because I don't want a slow Gobert out there. Gobert tonight also, man, we just got to get to the tier list. I'm yapping too much because I want to talk about player specifics because I think that there are some valid things to be said. So, okay. I know I was really bad. Anyways. Oh, I see what you're saying, Evan. Okay, now I can turn the overreacting thing off. All right. First off, like the stream if you haven't. We're gonna do this. You guys participate in chat. Speaking of which, I will put chat back up on the screen. Yeah. So, can I do this? Maybe that helps. I don't know what's better. Okay. Anyways. All right. A1, unforgettably good game. Nobody had that. We know that. Chauncey, unforgettably bad game. Maybe. Everything else in between. Old tier moves up and down. I really don't know where it's going to go. Maybe it goes here tonight. Cash is a good shooting performance. And meh is like, we didn't really notice you. Or we care about you. One of the two. Okay. Like the stream if you haven't. Share it with a friend. Who knows? Maybe we'll gain a new viewer tonight. A new subscriber. And another shout out to Crone for the 5 gifted. Steven for the 5 gifted. And Sam for becoming a member. I appreciate all of you. Okay. First up. Oops, I can't even see the players. I got to pull this down here. Bang. Okay. Okay, let's pull up stats. Oh, I'm on the Spurs game from 2 days ago. Damn. It's too bad we didn't win this game. That would have been it would have been a really funny conversation to have on stream. Okay. Actually, let's do Shannon first. Where's Shannon? He played pretty lightly. Oh, shoot. I don't have Bones on here. I have to do that again. Gosh, dang it. We'll figure it out in a second. First, let's do Shannon. There's not much to say. He played 16 minutes. He had 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. He was 0 of 3, 3 fouls. honestly, this is crazy, and this is very sad for me and Ashwin, who both had very high hopes for TJ this year. Has not looked good, has not looked ready. He does not look confident. To a comment that somebody just made, I think it was Capo. Finch beats down the young guys too much, trying to get them to play the way he wants instead of playing their games. So I'm not going to go on a tangent. But one thing I will say is that I do think that this does pay off in some ways. It's kind of like tough love. I think somebody mentioned that like Rob is like super scrappy out there. I think that that happens from the coaching of Finch, not directly of him saying be scrappy, but him holding him back a little bit. I think unfortunately that's what it does bring out, and I think that's he's trying to maximize players. I think that's his goal. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm just saying that some bad things can bring out good things. The bad times can bring out the best of us. Maybe not tonight, but in general, that is a thing that is occasionally true. It's just a bad night. I don't think it's Chauncey, but it was a we care about you. We do care about you. People are saying Chauncey though, or old. It might be old actually. I was thinking that. What is Chauncey though? Yeah, I mean Chauncey is allegedly holding poker games. TJ was Chauncey. Okay. Well, you gave me 5 gifted, so no. We can put him down. He was bad today. I mean, I can't disagree. He was really bad tonight. Yeah, it's just a bad night. Okay. TJ Chauncey. Sorry. We can do Dillingham next. Rob Dillingham. He had 8 points, 5 assists, had that one steal that I talked about. Almost had a second steal. Oh my gosh, he should have had that second steal. He didn't look terrible, I thought. I mean, there's some moments out. Well, he had 4 fouls. But I think in general, he still looks pretty good for where I expect him to be. Again, this is off of expectations. I still think he's struggling out there. I still don't think he's like ready, but I think in general, out of the games that he's had this year, which hasn't been much, and out of the minutes that he that haven't been much, this was closer to acceptable, but I still think it's probably meh. It cannot be above meh. Meh. Green. Rob looked better than normal. Exactly. I agree. Dude, TJ is so bad. Tonight he really was. I really think that there's just some confidence thing happening, or I don't know, maybe he's injured and we don't know. Because to me, and I don't usually give that like excuse to people, but I just feel like something's wrong. Now, the thing I will say is that I know a lot of people might point to the thing with TJ. One last thing on TJ. He had that open lane where he felt like he could have dunked on like Rui or somebody like that. That's not so much like I don't think that's a him confidence thing. He does that dump off pass sometimes very effectively. I don't really understand how that was knocked away because it seemed like it was so open. Maybe Gobert was just in a bad spot. That would make sense. But no, other than that, he's just not driving. It just is weird. So, anyways, TJ or not TJ, Dillingham. Meh. I know we were talking about TJ. I'm getting confusing. I have to do this again because I keep not keeping the picture of Bones in here. Okay, Bones Highland. Get your grades in for Bones Highland. He played 8 minutes, had 8 points, 2 assists. He was a part of that run. Realistically, he's the only reason that this game was close because he got energy in the crowd. He got energy. And honestly, if he doesn't get that offensive foul, if he doesn't take that offensive foul, we win the game. That's not how that works. But you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty good. I think I could give him a nice tonight. I think he came in and gave the energy that we were hoping for from Bones. It's been really sporadic. Last game, or maybe it was 2 games ago, I was talking about these players that have opportunities while Ant is out. Bones is one of them. TJ is one of them. Nas is one of them. Jaden is one of them. Jaden's been fine, but TJ is not taking advantage. Dillingham, another, just getting minutes out of just necessity now. He's not. He was okay, but like it wasn't taking advantage. Bones is the only one that I feel like has taken advantage at all. And that's not really even saying that much. I really don't feel like he took that much of an advantage tonight. But he gave us the energy when we needed it. If it wasn't for Bones, we never are making that comeback. It felt like it was over. I mean, it really just felt like it was over, and apparently it wasn't. So we'll give him a nice. I think nice is fine tonight. Shout out to Nightbot. If you haven't already joined the Discord, we have tons of conversation, live chat in the game. It's a great place to overreact as well. I know you guys, a lot of you do it here, and a lot of you do it separately at the Discord. The Discord is a fun place to go, so definitely check that out. But as Manimal says, nice for Bones. Next up, let's do Naz Reid. Let's get it out of the way. Naz Reid had played 22 minutes, had 5 points, 5 rebounds. He was 2 of 10. Some really ugly rushed shots, 2 turnovers, only 1 foul tonight. But I think the fouls tonight were because he was just letting people blow by him. It was really not pretty. I really did not like this game. It was bad. It was pretty bad. I don't even know because I don't want to put him in Chauncey. Maybe it's old. I don't know, but I don't know. It was Nas was not nice, and the comment earlier about imagine having a Nas tattoo and having him play like this tonight. Again, I'm not fully there. I'm not fully to the point of like embarrassment of a Nas Reid tattoo. And to be fair, the only reason I don't have one is because I thought there was a real chance that we traded him for KD this offseason. Otherwise, I think I would have gotten one when I was in Minnesota. There was a chance they did another one of those flash sales or not flash sales, flash like tattoo appointments or whatever. I was going to, but I was like, we might trade him. So I just don't want to trade for somebody that could be. I'm not getting a new tattoo that says Naz Reid when he's playing for the Phoenix Suns. So he's getting paid to be ass. Nas showing us why he didn't get drafted. 2 words, he sucked. Oh man. Only if I get Zane, I do appreciate your optimism. We need some here. You know, we were born from pessimism, so we need some more optimists here. Nas was either old or Chauncey. I know. I feel like maybe this is just too biased. I don't want to give him Chauncey, so I'm going to give him old. I think old is fair, and I think it's below meh, but I think it's above Chauncey. Old is kind of a weird tier, but I'm not adding a new tier. No sixth man deserves that kind of praise. I mean, that's actually true. We're not the same without him. I appreciate that. See, we got more optimism from Schuler. I think Schuler. Hopefully, I said that right. Harold, we needed a showed up tier. It's sort of meh. That's sort of meh. But, anyways, that's what Nas. Yeah, it can be frustrating. It is frustrating, and that's the thing. When he knows this, when you start getting paid, that's the responsibility, and that's what the players want. You know, that's the same as Ant. Ant wants all the smoke because just what he wants. Like, you know, there's going to be bad times. He wants to take that on so he can take on the good times as well. Nas is similar like that. Nas wants that. So Nas, he will be better, but it really feels like it needs to happen soon for us. So we'll see. Oh, Skylar. Why does it say Schuler? Am I crazy? That's insane. Made it to the arena. That's crazy. He's in a bad funk right now. Got to string together a couple nights. Well, he's going to have the opportunity because we have the schedule to allow for something like that to happen. But it's the Timberwolves. I don't know. Anything can happen. Anyways, we're moving on from Nas. We got Dillingham. Let's do. I guess we're on to like the starters now. Is it just these 5? Yeah, it's just these 5 and Finch, who I am scared to do. Let's do Gobert first. Everybody get your grades in for Rudy Gobert. 38 minutes. What the heck? We have to be able to put in Berenger at some point, especially in a game against what's his name? Sideshow Bob? That's not really that. There's a different nickname for him. I can't remember. Jackson Hayes. If it's Jackson Hayes, I feel like we could put in Berenger. But anyways, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. About 24 tap ups to the defense. This was pretty bad. This was, I think, I know he had a good stretch. We were in the Discord going crazy at a point, saying how bad he was because it just looked bad. It looked like how when Mike has had some bad games, and it's like, oh man, he's just cooked. Um, that's what it felt like. But then he had this really nice stretch where he had like a block, he had a dunk, and then he had a putback dunk, and then he had another like a screen assist type of thing. It was just like this is why Gobert is paid the way he's paid for 3 minutes. But investigate Rudy for gambling. Um, but other than that, I mean, tonight was like we were just praising him in the last stream or 2 streams ago or something about saying how he's not doing he has hands this year. I was saying we're going to the finals because he's got hands this year. Tonight was completely back to the terribleness that we've experienced. I think it's an easy old tier. Cat not here to score. By the way, T. Kubler, we lost that game. I am not celebrating that game ever. That was fun to watch in the first half, but then us losing was not fun. But we do need somebody to score 60. By the way, you guys have made me mention Cat twice. This is crazy. Chauncey, he needs to rebound. I'm low key, Sean, open to the idea of Chauncey. Can never praise Rudy. I think that's true. We have to stop praising Rudy. If Rudy has a good game, we don't talk about it. He's practicing for the French. Legit, I would believe it. This is insane. I know. We lost that game because Ant did not participate in the game like he did against bad team. That is true because didn't he only have like 5 points that game? It was something crazy. Rudy might have to go Chauncey. I'm on board. It's not even old. This is Chauncey. He had an okay stretch there, but that was okay. Sorry, everybody. Is my fantasy football group chat like watching this? Why is everybody sending me trades right now? I'm busy. This is too much to handle right now. Maybe you guys could help me with my trades. Anyways, I'm so confused. Okay. If you're watching, stop sending me trades for the love of God. Next up, Cat looked at bad teams as number games. You need somebody to care about doing well against bad teams. Well, Ant has claimed that he is going to do that this year. Unfortunately, he's injured, so we need somebody else to do it. But I play in a couple leagues. I got Gadsden in 1 or 2 of them. I can't remember. Maybe 2. I think I have him 2. So, and then I'm 7-1 in 1 league. I'm feeling great right now. Although I had a pretty bad week last week. Fantasy After Dark coming up soon. Okay, back to the game. Back to this terrible Timberwolves team. Again, where is it? We know we are overreacting. It's only 5 games. Okay. Dante DiVincenzo. Get your grades in for Dante. Dante played 34 minutes, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. So I have 2 thoughts on Dante. First thought, I don't know if he's ever going to be as good as I had hoped. I think, Capo, you've said this, and somebody else has said this too, maybe in the Discord. Me and a lot of Timberwolves fans have based what we think of Dante, and really the league as a whole, fan-wise, has based what we think of Dante DiVincenzo off of that one Knicks series in the playoffs where he dominated and he was going crazy. I don't think that's the player he is. I think that was a flash in the pan, quick moment. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he just needs to be played different. Maybe he just needs the complete freedom to do whatever he needs. But obviously that's not going to happen with Ant on the team. So that's one thought. On the second thought, I feel like he plays with hustle and determination that I don't see in certain other players. Sometimes that leads to turnovers. Sometimes that leads to very ugly plays. Sometimes that leads to offensive fouls. It did tonight. But maybe I'm taking this the wrong way, but I haven't looked at chat yet, so I'm scared to look because I feel like some people are not going to like Dante's game. But I felt like he was trying tonight, but it's just that the skill doesn't match that. I mean, he had some big shots late. I don't know. DDE was met in the first 3 quarters and then nice in the 4th quarter. Dante is not going to be Knicks Dante. That is true. Dante doesn't want to be here. And I think that was true from day one. And I think it has continued to be true. And I think They will. FBI is looking into Dante for that offensive foul. Yeah. Take Lions alt spread. Oh, I believe that, Harrison. 100%. Sorry. I need to make my own football show because I could talk about it forever. Specifically fantasy. I don't really even care that much about the Vikings. um, oh, that push off was terrible. That was really bad and really obvious. It's too bad though, because that was another big moment. We really screwed this game up because we really should have won this game, even with all the terribleness that the first three quarters were. Again, I know I'm getting a little bit more general rather than specific about players, but like there really was a moment in the second or third quarter, where I was like, this is terrible. But again, if you just have a good fourth quarter, you can win. When we were down 102 to 88, I'm like, this is the NBA. Going on like a 14-5 run is not that crazy. And then you're within 5 points, So it's like, I don't know. It just, to me, it was like, it's still possible. You just have to lock in for that fourth quarter. So as my ice machine goes absolutely bonkers, holy cow, I gotta see. Could you guys hear that? But yeah, that I think he was okay. He thought it was SGA. Yeah, SGA would have been he would have been been married. What do the Knicks have in Dante trade? He's an East Coast guy. So also speaking of the Knicks, I saw some post on of Knicks fans complaining about why they posted the Interstellar meme where he's like yelling at his former self like through the books or whatever, through the Tesseract, and he's like screaming no or whatever because of the cat trade, and all of the comments were like, I want Dante back, and it's like, what? That's so crazy. I don't want Cat mentioned 3 times. This is crazy. You guys got to stop me. You guys are not keeping me in line. Anyways, honestly, guys, I'd be okay giving Dante a nice tonight. I'm like kind of in for it. Dante shoots bricks, but when Dante gets scrappy rebounds, it's a love. Yeah, exactly. It's weird. I think tonight he was nice. You guys might hate me for this. I'm going to executive decision this. I'm going to put him in nice. It is what somebody said earlier. It is just based off the fourth quarter, not so much the first 3 quarters, but he was a part of that fourth quarter. And again, similar to Bones, it's like, I don't know. I don't think we get back into that game without Dante. He had a little bit of gravity out there. He's coming off screens. He's kind of awkward. That's the other thing that drives me crazy is that the continuity from our team from last year should be good. On top of that, the continuity between him and Julius should be even better. And I just feel like this year specifically, their continuity has not. There's times last year where they had some really nice back and forth give and go games. This year it feels like no. So I don't know what's going on. But Dante for Brunson, sign it up. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? 100 duck-sized horses? Probably 100 duck-sized horses. I think that makes sense. Yeah, because it would be easy to kick him. I don't know. This is why did I just entertain that comment? Forgot I was streaming for a second. What is going on? Dante got cooked. Wolves starting backcourt outscored by Lakers. Well, Laravia is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. We needed a cash game from Dante to win. That probably is true. That is true. 1 horse-sized duck is basically a dinosaur. Yeah, that's what I was envisioning. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how do I take that down? It's pretty crazy. 100 little guys. Ducks are mean, yeah. This is crazy. Okay, this is what we talk about when the Timberwolves lose hideously. Okay, we've got 3 players left. Let's do Mike Conley. 100 Mike Conley's 100 Rudy Gobert sized. No, I don't know. Mike Conley, 28 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. What are we talking about here? He was 3 of 6, 2 of 4 from 3. This was not a terrible Mike game. I think we have to admit that this wasn't the worst. Now, there were some shifts where he came out there with like Gobert and it did not look good. But this was a better Mike game. I might even be willing to go nice again. I thought he was fine tonight. Unk was kind of nice. We should have an Unk tier and an old tier. Unk is good old and old is bad old. But no, for real, he was pretty good. Remember when Mike got the steal? And well, okay, there was that. That was pretty bad. I've never seen that happen before, but I've also never seen Rui Hachimura sit on his butt and throw a three. That was also incredible. But at throwing at backcourt was crazy. I mean, that was just like some weird spatial awareness thing. But that was pretty funny. Weirdly nice. I think so. Nathan, welcome back. Mike, meh, because he hit 1 3. It was actually 2. I think he was 2 for 3 or 2 for 4. I think 3 steals and 2 blocks is crazy. And yes, Tyler, this is some of the importance that is Mike Conley. And he had that nice block or steal or whatever it was on Rui at the end, which brought it to within like 4 or within 3 or something like that. That was huge. I approve of Unk tier. We can add a tier for tonight. We'll add 1 tier. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Okay. Add a row above. It's a 1 night tier. We're going to make it white for old. Oh, I don't know what the heck just happened. But Unk tier for tonight. Oh, but I think it's going to be below nice. I don't think it's above nice. Especially because of that throw into the backcourt. That was crazy. Oh, that was so funny. I think it's Unk tier tonight because I think he was generally good. And again, the tier list is based off of what we expect coming into the night. Usually we expect pretty bad. So I think it was okay. As crazy as it sounds, Unk had more activity in that comeback than our Young Bucks. Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, he came out there. So I can deal with it. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay. Let's do. I don't know who to do first. I don't think it really matters. Maybe it does. Actually, yeah, let's do Jaden. Everybody get your grades in for Jaden McDaniels. Jaden, I love you, Jaden. Played 41 minutes. Oh my gosh, he had 30 points. I knew he was kind of nice, but that's crazy. 30 points, 7 rebounds. There we go, Jaden. He was a plus 10. I think it felt like it. I didn't realize that he had 30 points, but it did feel nice when he was out there. He was 11 of 19, 3 of 4 from 3, hit that crucial 3 near the end. Had 5 free throws. Only 1 foul in a game where Austin Reeves was playing. That's pretty impressive. I'll take it. This is pretty nice. You're kind of spoiling it, Zane, but maybe. Beavis and Butthead on the TV, Wolves After Dark on the phone. I'm cultured. That's perfect. Cash, Jaden. Jaden was cash. Where's Butterfly? Butterfly's got to be here for her man. Jaden was cash. Replace A1 with horse-sized duck. Oh, he's cash tonight. Maybe Jaden is cash and Julius is horse-sized duck. Yay or nay? Oh. No, but I mean, Jaden was great. I thought Jaden played amazing, and seeing him the thing is that the last game I was like, I just want to see Jaden dunk on everybody because I feel like he could. He tried multiple times tonight and failed. So maybe he's right to like keep his own pace. But yes. Watch it. Do not try to give Butterfly my man. Oh, okay. Yeah, he missed 2 dunks. It's crazy. I need him to be making those dunks because I just hyped it all up. Mr. C, Jaden sneaky 30 was cash. I agree. He was cash. Horse-sized duck is the new gorilla nuts. That's true. We could add a row below for just tonight. We're gonna have to imagine Ashwin having to do like a solo show, and he's like, horse-sized Ashwin, horse-sized duck. That's crazy. Did I write Duck? I keep seeing Ashwin now. Julius Randle, who I think is going to be horse-sized Duck tonight. 33 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He was 10 of 20, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Did have 3 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. Horse-sized Ashwin above A1. I think it was a really good game, but I do think there was some issue. This felt like a struggle. This did not feel as good as Ashwin's game, as good as Jaden's game. So that's why I think it's horse-sized Duck. I think he's a horse-sized Duck tonight. Now, okay, we've got more merch ideas. This is perfect. Thank goodness. We got to get a horse-sized Duck. I'm sure some AI, well, I don't want to have AI do it, but if somebody can, guys, I'm so desperately, now that I have a lot of you here, I'm desperate for a graphic designer so I don't have to even entertain the thought of using AI for this stuff. I'm not anti-AI, but like, I don't want to be making AI for merch stuff. So please, if there's somebody, I don't want to have to go on Fiverr and pay somebody $500 just to sell 10 t-shirts that I'm going to lose $400 on. So please, you'll purchase one. Okay, we'll figure it out. I'll try to figure it out. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how to make a horse-sized Duck or a horse-sized Ashwin or anything. Why are we saying horse-sized Duck? Well, you got to be here for, if you're not here for our horse-sized Duck, you don't deserve us at our horse-sized Ashwin. Horse-sized Ducks after dark, for real. All right. Oh, Finch. Everybody get your grades in for Finch. What does everybody think of Finch tonight? Finch had a weird challenge that, wait, he had a challenge that worked actually. Make it wearing a Randall jersey. Okay, well now we're getting crazy. Now I actually do need a graphic designer. We will figure it out. We'll have links in the Discord for a horse-sized Duck t-shirt with a Julius Randle, whatever. A1 for Finch. Old AF. Old might be. Meh. They want him traded. Finch was old to meh. I think I'm probably an old. It's a stress relief. Yeah, it for sure is. It sure is. Old. It's in between. I mean, like, and if it's in between, what do? We go down for a loss. Up for a win, we lost. So I think so. I think he can go down there. He can go an old. Sorry, Finch. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. We'll see. I have to watch some. I haven't watched any press game or post conferences after the game. What am I trying to say? Post game press conferences. I haven't watched any this season, other than maybe one with Ant early on. But I don't know. They did come back, which, I guess you could say is Finch, but I guess I'm giving most of the confidence or most of the comeback to these three. I'm saying Bones, Dante, and Mike were part of the comeback. But you could argue that Finch put them in. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's old. He's old. That's all. Wow. So we finally have a couple days off, which is great because now I'll have a chance to continue moving. I still have boxes behind me. I still don't have my official light set up. This light does look kind of cool back here. But I need to get all my lights set up to be perfect. I've got the nice background. It's pretty good. I have to move a little bit. I have to make some merch. I also need to design a new logo. Again, this is my plea to everybody. First, like the stream. Second, subscribe to the stream. If you're not commenting, if you're just lurking, that's okay. I'm a lurker in everything that I watch, basically. But if you could subscribe, that helps me a lot. I know the YouTube algorithm does a great job, but it really does help if you subscribe to get us more viewers, to get us more lurkers, to get us more chatters. But also, I want to have a new logo. I want to have like a similar vibe, but I want to have that. But I need a graphic designer. I need it bad. Time to get that t-shirt design. Yep, exactly. I'm originally from Minnesota. I moved to Seattle and I'm technically in Seattle and another city called Redmond. I'm kind of 50-50 right now because I'm moving, and I have like a month of overlap since they gave us a free month. But yeah, so I'm still moving, and I'm still dealing with some neighbors above that are really stomping away like crazy, which is not fun. But that's where I am. I'm in Redmond, Washington, home of Microsoft, and I will be back. We'll probably do another WAD Squad meetup, Wolves After Dark Squad meetup, um, at some point. We did that at Tom's Watch Bar, which is a Tom's Watch Bar out here. You guys can come out here too. That would be a lot easier for me. Confront them on stream. There we go. I like that. I'm down. No, I actually we did the very passive aggressive Minnesotan thing, and we put a post-it note on their door just as like a warning. And now it's continued. So now I'm going to go up there. Not right now, but I am going to talk to them because it's kind of crazy, especially late at night. That can't happen. Anyways, no moral victories. They took the L. Wolves now out of the play-in, into the standings. Yeah, it's not good. But early, we got to make a comeback. We will make a comeback. We'll be better. And it'll be good. Now, I have to look at all of these, confront them in an inflatable frog outfit. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we've come full circle. Here we go. There's the horse-sized duck outfit. Ashwin is going to be wildly confused. Everybody needs to go to the Discord and tag Ashwin in whatever that clip was of me saying horse-sized Ashwin. Cool. Confuse the heck out of him. Now I got to go check out these fantasy trades that everybody's sending me because I'm confused and I'm not about to do business on stream. But anyways, y'all still alive. Yep. We're always live. On to the second hour. No, I'm done. It was great to see you all again. Again, if you haven't liked it, we're going to do some giveaways. I know I keep saying that, and I know I was doing this last year a lot too. We really are. I just have to figure out what games are best because I was kind of hoping there'd be decent games like Anthony Edwards plays in them games. And also these first games were really expensive because it was Denver was a highly sought after game. The Lakers, even though nobody played, that was a highly sought after game. Home opener, of course. So we're going to get some going. Once we get the merch going, we'll do a ton of giveaways. Honestly, once we get the merch going, we're going to do giveaways like every single stream. So it's a lot easier for me to do that because then the cost will be way less to me. And it'll be a lot easier if I had a graphic designer. So if there's anybody, hit me up on Discord. I know some of you have, but like for real, I need somebody that like really is motivated to do it because I don't know how I'm motivated to do it, but I don't know how to do it. So bro, just having the worst day at work and the Wolves lost. What a bad time. Yeah, it's rough. See you next game. The squad abides. I like merch. Yes, merch is coming. Hope the racket stops. It won't, but we'll figure. I'll keep you guys updated. You got to come back next time. All right. We are overreacting, but we are done overreacting. We didn't get to Ashwin's Arby's. We have the meats prediction. You'll have to stay tuned for next time. Anyways, it was great to see you all. Big shout out. Crone again. 5 gifted, appreciate you. Steven for the 5 gifted. Sam for becoming a member. I appreciate you. This really does help everything in the stream. Helps us do those giveaways that I'm talking about. So truly do appreciate it. All right. That's it for us. And me, I guess just tonight. We will see you guys Saturday, maybe. Saturday's a weird game. It's a very afternoon game. I'm going to be moving, doing some stuff. I'm going to try to be available. Best place to see is the Discord. Join the Discord. There's the Is There a Stream Tonight channel. That is where you're going to find it. Cool. Appreciate you all. Have a good night. 52 wins. Still possible. Intro as the outro. Another thing I have to work on. We will see you possibly Saturday night.
I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win the World Championship.
Edwards. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.